The following program on PBS 39 is made possible in part by...
For nearly 60 years, Arts United has worked to bring the rich, diverse talents of our region together through support of the arts, socially, culturally, and economically. Arts United, providing a home for the arts in Northeast Indiana.
Excellence lives here in Northeastern Indiana. It's reflected in more than 200 nationally recognized degrees. It drives our Division I sports. It's alive in our campus life. Excellence has a name, IPFW. Around our campus, around the country, around the world. Excellence lives here. Indiana University, Purdue University, Fort Wayne. One university, two great names.
This is Arts Weekly. Arts Weekly is produced in cooperation with the College of Visual and Performing Arts at IPFW, offering degrees in fine arts, music, theater, and visual communication and design.
Welcome to Arts Weekly. I'm John O'Connell, Dean of the IPFW College of Visual and Performing Arts. Do you ever wonder where you can find some great arts instruction for your pre-kindergarten through 12th grade student? Look no further than IPFW Community Arts Academy, which offers a huge variety of art, dance, music, and theater classes all year round to kids of all ages. Today we'll be talking to several of the CAA instructors to hear all about their offerings this summer. Later I'll be joined by Marcy Trenicosti and Brennan Stillman. But first, Morgan McLaren and Gloria Minnick are here to talk about the art and drama classes they will be teaching this summer. Ladies, welcome to Arts Weekly, and thank you for joining me.
Thanks for having us.
Morgan will be here in a minute, but I just got to say, Gloria Minnick, you're just a old regular on Arts Weekly, aren't you?
I guess so.
I think between Leslie Horman and Gloria Minnick, I have a pretty woman co-host once a month.
There you go.
So glad you're back, wearing yet a different hat.
There you go. Yeah, that's true.
Teacher of CAA.
That's true, yes.
Well, welcome.
Thank
Morgan,
you.
welcome to Arts Weekly.
Thank you.
And you are an instructor of art for the Community Arts Academy.
I am, yes.
And how long have you been doing that?
I've been teaching for the IPFW Community Arts Academy for almost 2 years now.
And you have an interest in it because of why?
I am an art education major. I just graduated from IPFW.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
Good plug. Did
Thank
everybody
you.
hear that?
Yes.
Graduate IPFW. Good
Yeah.
for you. Under the direction of Laurel Campbell, Dr. Laurel Campbell,
Correct,
who
yes.
has a beautiful art education program.
Yes, yep,
Yeah.
Dr. Campbell, I met her my freshman year. It was her first year, and it was my freshman year here, so we kind of went through the journey together.
Wow, well, we're
Yeah.
a great asset.
Yes.
We're lucky to have her. So how did you get involved to begin with then? I mean, had someone been doing it? Had Community Arts Academy had art classes before?
They did have art classes before, and it was an art teacher that was already teaching. She had a full-time teaching job, and the load just got kind of heavy for her, and she just wanted to focus on her full-time position. And I was just a young sophomore at IPFW, and I knew I wanted to be an art teacher, and so I'd contacted Melinda Haynes because I knew they were looking for someone, and it worked out, and I've been doing it ever since. So
what a great resume builder for
Yeah.
you, and what a great way to sort of build experience for the classroom before you get there, to have weekly sessions with
Yes.
almost a pre-lab, if you
Yes,
will, pre-student
yes.
teaching every Saturday, so to
Every
speak.
Saturday,
Yeah.
mhm.
So what do you teach, and who do you teach it to?
I teach K through 3 and 4 through 8. So I teach all the way up to 8th grade, and I teach a variety of classes. I've taught in the past 2-dimensional art, 3-dimensional, drawing and painting, sculpture, abstract art, and
Wow.
I'm starting some new ones this summer. I'm doing just a drawing workshop, and also a printmaking. Printmaking's my new one, so I'm really excited about that.
Well, they've got some great printmaking facilities at IPFW.
Oh yeah, and that's where I've learned. That's where I've gotten my background knowledge, so I
Yeah.
feel like I can really help out.
Where's
these
your
elementary.
interest as an artist?
As an artist, I was a focus in ceramics and printmaking. So,
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
So you studied under Nancy McCroskey, who's
Correct.
an incredible ceramics teacher.
And Brandon Furness.
And Brandon, he's
Yes.
great too.
Oh, I love
You
Brandon.
know, Nancy is an excellent
Oh,
teacher.
yeah.
She does a variety of things. But if you get into Brandon Furness's class, look out.
Oh yeah.
You're going to be making ceramic things that look like parts of a boat attached
Yes.
to the hip of a hippopotamus.
Yeah. I would say Brandon is more hand building and Nancy is more throwing on the wheel. So,
Traditional.
Yeah, she's definitely
Right.
more traditional, but I'm happy because I got the best of both worlds having each of them.
And
so.
printmaking is from
Yes.
our incredible instructor, Christopher Gans.
Yes, Chris Gans.
Which, what aspect of printmaking do you like? Because there's wood, there's...
Yes, I liked woodcuts. So,
you did like
yes,
woodcuts, okay.
That was what I focused on,
Yeah,
woodcuts.
and if our viewers don't understand what that means, you actually take a big block of wood, you create an image on it,
Right.
and then you begin to carve.
You carve away like the negative space.
Exactly. And you can do levels of it for varying levels, for varying prints.
Yes, correct.
You add color as the levels
As
are.
many layers as you want to create
Yeah.
as much depth as you want.
Yeah, and that Christopher Gans, he pushes you guys, because I was in his studio not long ago and pieces were like this, you know, 2 by 3 pieces of wood they were cutting.
He's such a great professor, and I've
Yeah.
had it in drawing also, so
Oh,
that
terrific.
helped.
Great.
Definitely.
Okay. So what are you offering this summer? Let's talk about
So
the
this
CAA
summer,
art
the
offerings.
first class that I'm offering is drawing. And in the past, I did do just a drawing and painting, but this one is going to be just drawing. So I'm going to focus on actually just the figure. I've had a lot of students really interested in learning to draw people, young students, and that's a hard thing to do.
Very hard.
So I'm going to teach them how to do proportions, drawing the figure, actually figuring that out. So, and we're going to do in a lot of different mediums, charcoal, graphite, and pencil also.
And specifics. So when are you teaching?
I'm teaching June 16th through the 20th, and that's just a Monday through Friday camp every day. And the kindergarten through 3rd grade is from 9 to 10:30, and the 4th through 8 is from 10:45 to 12:15.
Yeah, let's get the young ones out of the way.
Yeah.
Let's get them early and out so we can concentrate on the real art with the 6th graders.
The good thing about Community Arts Academy is that we have such small classes, so it really enables me to help get around to every student and help them.
Right, you'll maybe have
tremendously.
6?
Oh yeah.
6 to 8?
6 to 8. Sometimes I'll get with the summer ones when kids have less going on, I'll get 12 to 15, but and sometimes I'll even have an assistant come in and help just so we're making sure we can get that one-on-one with every student.
Right. So the arts are just 1 week this summer then, or do you have
Correct. And then I have then printmaking is August 4th through the 8th, and those are the same times, 9 to 10:30, and then 10:45 to 12:15.
Okay.
And always the K through 3 goes first.
Great. I don't blame you.
Yeah.
Gloria, Dramagination.
Yes.
What else are we doing this summer?
Okay, well, I'll start with the little ones first.
Okay.
So we have a new class this summer called Drama in Motion, and this class is meeting once a week. It starts at 5:45 and goes till 6:30, so it's like an after-work time. And it meets starting June 17th, and it goes through July 15th. And this class is for pre-K, so each week we're going to be focusing on either a new story or a new theme, but I'm going to be incorporating some acting skills, but mostly it'll be focused on getting their wiggles out. So,
Right.
how does a butterfly move, from a cocoon, and comes out of its cocoon and then, spreads its wings and flies. So they'll be learning not only acting skills, but also elements of dance that you find. So space and level and direction and pathways and
focus.
And focus, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. And what's that age group?
That's pre-K, so 3 to 5.
Yeah,
So.
45 minutes.
Yeah, 45 minutes, yes.
Again, 20 minutes longer than I could deal, but I'm not the teacher, Gloria. You are. Good for you.
Yes,
Yes.
I love
All
it.
right. And?
Okay, and then we have Dramagination, which is ages, kindergarten through 3rd grade. And that is very basic acting skills. A lot of my students have never had any experience at this point. So how do you share a story with an audience? Because a lot of times that age, it just becomes, telling a story to each other. So, they're immersed in the moment, but how do you open it up and, really invite that audience in. And a lot of times with both Dramagination and youth drama, I will ask them the first day of class, okay, what kind of character do you want to be? You know, tell me what kind of character you want to be. And I'll get things from like a princess to a ninja to a bunny rabbit. And so I get all these great ideas, and then I go home and I write a play based on what they want to be.
Terrific.
So, because, I mean, in the past when I've actually looked at published stuff for that age group, it's just, you know, there's a star and, you know, everybody else is a tree or something.
Exactly. Somebody you can rely on for lines, and the rest of you hold something up.
And so I like to make sure that, you know, every student gets their moment in the sun.
What are the dates of Dramagination?
And Dramagination is July 17th through, or no, I'm sorry, July 7th through 11th, and that is from 9 o'clock to 10:30. And then Youth Drama is the same week, July 7th through 11th, and that's from 10:30 to 12 noon.
And that group is older.
Youth Drama, yes, is grades 4 through 7. So we're building on the skills again, but I've, you know, have students that still have never had any drama experience. So we're still, you know, okay, this is what cheating out is, and this is what blocking is, and this is stage right and stage left. And once students are beyond that, there's still, you know, mountains and heaps to learn about acting. I mean, even as an adult, I'm still learning. I think you're learning all the time. And
artists are always continuing to hone their craft and have a personal connection to their own artwork. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and as Morgan said, you know, Community Arts Academy has really small class sizes, so you get to know each student and their families on an individual basis. And you know, we get a lot of repeat students, which is so wonderful because I, you know, will be with these students for 4 or 5 or more years.
And build on their skills.
Yeah. Well, and the smaller classroom allows for the shyer student to come out in the performance.
Absolutely.
And also to sort of show their art.
You know? Yes.
They're very sensitive to themselves as artists, even at that young age.
Right.
Do we have anything else coming up?
Yes, and then Theater Masters is my older class. That's for grades 8 through 12. That is July 14th through 18th, and that's 3 o'clock to 5 o'clock in the afternoon.
Wonderful.
Yes.
The contact information for the IPFW Community Arts Academy is, I think we have yes we do, there it is. Art, dance, theater, and music classes pre-K through grade 12. For more information, www.ipfw.edu/CAA or 260-481-6977. That's 260-481-6977. Ladies, it's been great to have you on Arts Weekly. I'm a huge fan of CAA, you know, it comes right out of our dean's office. And Melinda Haynes, she's great.
Amazing.
She is
amazing.
So great. She's added so many classes.
Yes,
that's true.
And you guys do a great job.
Thank
you on behalf of IPFW, and
Thank
thank you for joining me.
Thanks.
While we get ready for our next segment, please view the performance calendar of what's coming up in our area. I'll be right back with Marcy Trenacosti and Brennan Stillman. You heard about half of the IPFW Community Arts Academy summer schedule, so let's meet 2 more teachers, Marcy Trenacosti and Brennan Stillman, who have been longtime instructors for the Community Arts Academy. Ladies, welcome to Arts Weekly, and thank you for joining me.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
I'm a huge fan of Community Arts Academy, and I have to say, I'm a little partial, Marcy, I'm sorry, to the dance program, because I have a great niece that I thrust into it a couple years ago, and she just absolutely, she took the ballet, and then she said, last year she saw the tap kids, and she looked at us and said, why aren't I in tap class? So now she's joined you, Brennan, correct?
Yep, have her both tap and ballet.
You've been with the Community Arts Academy for quite some time, right? How long?
6 years.
6 years. And how did you get involved?
Actually, I had a friend who was teaching it, and she actually referred me to Maggie at the time. And
Oh, right, Maggie Hunter.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and so that's how I started.
Okay, but let's just, reveal all truths. The Brennan family is a dance family.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah. You've got a lot of dancers. Your brother's a very successful dancer.
Yep.
Your sister was a dancer. You've been a dancer. So
Right.
the arts have been a part of your family for a long time.
Yes, always.
Yeah, always. So you've been there for 6 years. What do you teach for us?
I do the pre-dance for 2- and 3-year-olds. I do ballet for 4, depends on what we have, 4 to maybe 12. And then tap, again, 4 on up. And we do hip hop currently. Sometimes we switch it out and we change classes. But right now we do pre-dance, ballet, tap, and hip hop.
Yeah, explain the age groups again for me. I didn't quite get the age groups. It's
Pre-dance, and that's 2- and 3-year-olds.
2 and 3-year-olds.
Yep,
Okay,
and
I
then-
didn't have my niece in the 2 and 3-year-olds, but I've seen the 2 and 3-year-olds.
Yes.
They're pretty darn adorable.
they're-
I mean,
yeah,
here they are.
they're
Is this them on the
precious.
screen? Is that
Yeah.
who we're looking at? The 2 and 3-year-olds?
I'm kind of blind.
Well,
I
it
can't really
is.
see
I
you.
can tell you it's the 2 and 3-year-olds.
Sorry, okay.
Because they're all looking at each other going, what exactly are we
What's
doing out here?
happening?
Where's my mother? I think she's
Yeah.
out there somewhere.
They're
Yeah.
so cute.
They're adorable.
They're-
Absolutely.
Yeah, they're a lot of fun. Those are my 2- and 3-year-olds.
Right.
And then
the next group?
ballet, we usually have a 4 to 6 and then a 6 to 8. We do offer the older class. If we have enough interest in it, we'll do an older class for the next age level. And then we also do tap for 4 to 6 and then 6 to 8.
Yeah, what I think is interesting about the ballet is that even though they're young, you automatically begin to try and instill in them the great traditions of ballet.
Right.
I was surprised that they have to have the shoes, they have to have the tights, they've got to have the leotard from day one. I mean, from the beginning, there's a sense of tradition that's in dance that you instill from the very beginning.
Right, yeah, you want to
I
have the
appreciate.
discipline.
Why is that?
Dance is a discipline, and especially ballet. I mean, that's a kind of a strict ballet code you have to
Right.
follow. So we do that, and then we definitely learn a lot of terminology. We start at the ballet basics, the positions and all the entrance steps, so that they can build upon that if they decide, to continue on or whatnot. So
Great.
Yeah.
And tap is how old? What do you do
we
for tap?
have we start at 4, so 4 to 6, then the 6 to 8, and then we actually have an older class, so I think they're up to 12.
Great.
So for the
yeah.
tappers,
Do you
yeah.
have repeaters?
Oh, yeah.
Who move through that, so by the time they get to the older group, they've already had the 2 classes
Yes,
before, and
yes,
they're
definitely.
ready to go.
I've had some kids that I've had since I started teaching, and they've gone all the way through.
Right.
So-
Well, having attended some of your recitals, those older tappers, they're tapping.
Yeah, they
I
are.
mean, they're not just
They're
flap,
getting- yeah,
flap, and
no.
like walk to the left and walk to the right. They are
Yeah.
literally doing a tap
Yeah, they're
dance.
doing really well.
They're doing very
they
well.
pick it up quite well.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
they're fun.
And I do love that you have to do the dance with them as well, down in front of the stage. Just
Yeah,
make
they-
sure we all stay in the same. Yeah, absolutely.
They get nervous. We've tried it without me entirely, and we've tried it with me on stage in different ways. But
Well, you've got it worked out.
But-
It's always in the Williams Theater.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yep,
Right.
yep, we're in
So what
Williams.
is your schedule this summer? What are your classes this summer?
we start June 7th, and then we run through August 16th. That's our recital. Our classes start at 9 a.m. and our last one ends at 12:45. And the classes, it changes. Like if we don't have a class fill up, your class might scoot up. So there's not really,
Right.
it's hard to say
Well,
exactly. But
And also, if they overfill, you
and
kind
then
of
we would have to,
you end up. Melinda's very good at putting one in.
Then
so
we would
you
add one, yeah.
add
So
one,
yeah,
sure,
but it's
yeah.
usually between 9 and 12:45. That's when the class times are every Saturday.
And it's on the campus of IPFW in the
Yep.
Williams Theater in our dance studio, correct? Right.
Yes.
I do know that parents are forbidden in the dance studio during dance class. Is
Yes.
that correct?
Yes.
I love that. Tell us about that.
Yes, they would. We have a lobby out there that they can wait in. We have the green room,
Right,
and
right.
they can hang out there.
Yeah, but there's a good reason why. Why do you not want them in the dance studio?
It's a distraction.
It is a distraction.
Especially for the little ones. I
Right.
mean, they want to, wave to mommy and run to mommy, give hugs, and which
Right.
is good, but it kind of pulls away sometimes.
Right, it
You
does.
know.
Well, and having directed kids, there is the theater mom, as we say, the curtain mom. So you don't want
Yeah.
you don't want
Yeah.
parents telling you how to teach your dance class
Yeah.
in the middle of the dance class.
Right, right.
Give
Yes.
Wendy more attention, please.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, it's a great program, and you do
Yeah.
a terrific job.
Oh, thank you.
And I love going to that recital. I just,
Thank you.
especially now that I have somebody involved in it.
Right, it makes it more fun.
It does make it a lot more fun. Marcy, welcome. to Arts
Thank
Weekly.
you for having me. Yes,
So glad that
happy
you've
to
joined
be
us.
here.
You have a long history with CAA.
Yeah.
You've been
I do.
doing
This is our 19th year.
our 19th year of the
Yes.
string camp.
Yes.
Right. Before we talk
Yes.
about that, I want to talk a little bit about your time in Fort Wayne.
Yeah.
You've been in Fort Wayne sometime. You are affiliated with the Fort
Yeah,
Wayne Phil.
my full-time job is I'm a violinist with the Fort Wayne Philharmonic, and I graduated from IU and went to get my master's degree at Bowling Green, and took a year off from the orchestra to go do that.
Oh, wow.
And
How long have you been with the orchestra?
36 years, I think.
Wow,
Yeah.
congratulations.
I think when I entered the orchestra, I was the youngest person in the orchestra.
Yeah, well, you've seen a lot of
time
ups and
flies.
downs and a lot
Yeah,
of changes in
it's
the
been
Philharmonic.
a great time. And
Well, it's quite an
been
accomplished
wonderful.
orchestra.
Yeah, it's great.
You guys do really incredible work.
Thank you. We have
and,
a.
I think the community supports you nicely.
Thank
know,
you.
The Philharmonic has a
I
wonderful
think we have a
reputation.
great team.
You do
of
have a great
players.
team.
Yeah.
You've got a great artists, great artistic team, but just the players are fantastic. So, all right, so you've been with them, and so it's 19 years that you've been doing something for IPFW?
Yes, for our summer string camp. When I started the program, there really wasn't anything here in Fort Wayne for our students, and many of the programs outside of Fort Wayne, like Interlock and IU String Academy, which is a great program, but those programs can range from $2,000 to $3,000
Really?
to go to them.
Right.
Yeah.
And how long would they be for that kind of price?
Well, they would be, 6 weeks or 4 weeks. But I think being able to offer a week where students can get together and students get to meet other students within the city and interact with those students. And it sort of brings our community together a little bit to be able to offer that
Sure, absolutely.
for our string students.
So if you call it a string camp, what are the dates of it to begin with?
June 23rd through the 27th. And at the end of the week, we have a recital. We meet from 9 to 2 every day. So it's
9 to 2 every day.
9 to
you
2.
feed them lunch.
They bring their own lunch.
Oh, they do?
They
Okay.
bring their own lunch. We have a lunch break. And on Friday, we have a pizza party.
Okay.
So
It's on campus?
it's on campus at Reinhardt Recital Hall.
Terrific. How many people do you accept in the camp?
Well, I'll take up to 30. I prefer to keep it on the small side. I think it's more manageable.
Right.
And as the other guests have said, it's great to have smaller groups.
A lot more attention.
More personal
If you're doing just a
attention.
week, you need personal attention.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Do you have assistants? Do you do
I
this on your
do.
own?
I have an assistant to work with some of our beginners, and last year we started this beginner group, which was a great success. And I have an assistant that works with those students, and then the more advanced students are with me, and there is also an offering of chamber music and a jazz improv class, which Philharmonic cellist Jane Heald teaches the jazz improv class, which is a lot of fun.
Great fun. Yeah, those kids probably being introduced to jazz for the first time, I would imagine.
Exactly.
To a certain extent. Yeah.
And to be
Yeah.
creative without having music in front of them.
Right, right, absolutely. To sort of improv on a
Yeah.
string instrument has got
Yeah.
to be challenging. Yeah.
Exactly. And they can improv in rhythm or melody. So it allows them to go beyond what's on the page. And I think that's really good for students
I agree.
to be able
Yeah.
to experience
Right.
that.
So when you say strings, what are we talking about? How
We're
many?
talking about violin, viola, cello, and string bass.
Wow, there's some difficult instruments in that list.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And string bass, we don't usually get string bass players. I think that's becoming sort of a bit of an extinct instrument. It's hard to find good string bass players.
Right.
So we mainly have violin, viola, and cello.
And do you have a recruiting responsibility?
I do. I go into the schools and I try to meet with the music teachers and I offer to run their rehearsals in exchange to talk about the string camp, and I try to make good relationships with our music teachers in the schools
Right.
because we want to be able to, you know, offer students a chance to continue playing throughout the summer. And we want to make connections so that students can learn about other private teachers that might be available. And so it
Well,
becomes a
you've
great
been here a
thing.
long time, so I would imagine you have quite a network of private teachers that you have a relationship with
Yes.
for all of those instruments.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah,
And Philharmonic musicians come in to coach and work with some of the chamber groups.
Wow.
So they get a little bit more attention in that way.
Yeah, well, they get attention from professional string performers.
Yes.
I mean, the Philharmonic has got top performers like yourself, so they get attention from several people. That's
Yes.
wonderful. All
So
in
it's
5
great.
days.
I know.
It's
pretty jam-packed,
pretty
I'll tell you.
jam-packed. They're tired. Their little hands are tired at 3 o'clock in the afternoon when
It's-
they're done for 5 days.
It's great, though.
Yeah.
They have a great time. And, you know, the goal is to learn something for sure, but to have fun doing it.
Right, right. So what, Brennan, what do you get out of it? I mean, you've done it for so many years. What do you get out of it?
Each class is different. I mean, I have a different set of kids, so each class is different, and I just love teaching them.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
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 Well,
and
you're very good at it. I've stood in the hall. I've been the parent standing in the hall watching my
Right.
niece. You're very good with them, and they
Thank you.
listen to you and they follow you. You have such ease with them that we're really lucky to have you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
That's all right. Marcy, great to have you on.
Thank
I can't
you.
wait to
Thank
hear the
you.
concert after the
Thank you.
camp. Let's see the dates again, if we could, for our viewers on the Community Arts Academy. The art, dance, theater, and music classes are pre-K through grade 12. For more information, www.ipfw.edu/CAA or 260-481-6977. That's 260-481-6977. Ladies, good luck this summer with your
Thank you.
inspiring the young artists of Fort Wayne, and I thank you for joining me. I look forward to seeing the results of your work.
Thank you very much.
I'm John O'Connell, Dean of the IPFW College of Visual and Performing Arts. On the next Arts Weekly, Deb Washler from ArtLink will be here to talk about their upcoming exhibits and events. Then Al Mall from Fort Wayne Parks and Recreation will share all the details behind this summer's diverse offerings at the Follinger Theater in Franke Park. For up-to-the-minute art updates, you can find us on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. And be sure to join us here Thursday evenings at 7:30 on PBS 39. Thanks for watching Arts Weekly.
The preceding program on PBS 39 was made possible in part by
Excellence lives here in Northeastern Indiana. It's reflected in more than 200 nationally recognized degrees. It drives our Division I sports. It's alive in our campus life. Excellence has a name, IPFW. Around our campus, around the country, around the world. Excellence lives here. Indiana University, Purdue University, Fort Wayne. One university, two great names.
For nearly 60 years, Arts United has worked to bring the rich, diverse talents of our region together through support of the arts, socially, culturally, and economically. Arts United, providing a home for the arts in Northeast Indiana.